Alright, another obscure 90s gem here. This is Friends of P by the Rentals. And pretty bass oriented song. Nothing crazy, but just a lot of bass going on. And it's all pretty overdriven, fuzz tone bass. So I'll play the parts here clean for you, and as with the guitar, and then I'll show you how they sound with the fuzz tone on them, and I'll give you all the links to the fuzz pedals and all that stuff too. Okay, so standard tuning, and we're gonna go with the main verse riff to start, and it's gonna be 4 on the A, and we're just gonna be doing 8th note strums. Okay, so we're gonna start at 4. And let's see here, we do 8 strums on that. And then we go up to 2nd fret on the E and do 8 strums there. And just repeat that for the verse. I'll show you how that sounds with the fuzz pedal. Alright, and now this here is kind of a pre-chorus, and it kind of breaks up the strumming pattern and just does some 4 just kind of hard hits, and then goes back to the normal strumming pattern. But it begins with a 4 on the E, so we go up here to start. And like I said, we're just going to do 4 good strums on it, and then back to the 8 strums on the 2nd fret of the E. And now with the fuzz tone. Alright, and this is the chorus bass line, and it starts at the 4, just like the verse would, the 4 on the A, but we're only going to do 4 strums right there, and then we're going to go up to the 2nd fret and do 4 strums there on the E. And now up to the 4th fret on the E and do 8 strums. The fuzz tone. Okay, and now for the guitar parts here, and most of these are have a pretty heavy fuzz tone on them too. There's not much for guitar during the verses. It's all pretty much just bass and vocal. But we'll also do some of the synthesizer arrangements. We'll also do that on the guitar here. So to start, the main guitar part is going to come in on the pre-chorus. And essentially it's the same as where the bass plays it, but we're just going to do some power chords here. So it's going to be 4th fret on the E, and then 6 and 6 on the A and D. And it just basically mimics same thing the bass is doing, same strum pattern and everything. So I'll play it clean here, and then I'll show you it with the fuzz tone on it. So as with the bass, 4 strums here at the 4th fret, and then down to the 2nd fret for 8 strums, and then just repeat. Okay, and now with the fuzz tone. Alright, and with the chorus, guitar is pretty similar to bass, but we're just doing some power chords as well. So it starts here, and we're just going to fatten this up a bit because it's going to be 4th fret on the A string power chord, so 4 there, 6, 6 on the D and the G, but we're also going to hit the 4 on the E just to give it a little extra lower sound to it. Alright, so we're going to do that 4 times, and then we're going to go to the F sharp power chord here, 2nd fret on the E, and do 4 strums, and then back up to 4 and just do a normal power chord there on the 4, the E string, so 6 and 6 on the A and the D, and we'll do 8 strums of that. And repeat. Here's the fuzz tone. Alright, and now we get into the synthesizer sounds, which are kind of the more memorable parts of the song, kind of give it the really cool flavor. And they're all Moog synth sounds and pretty basic. And we're just going to mimic that here on the guitar. So the main riff that comes in on the pre-chorus, it's going to start here, 1st fret on the G, and we're just going to do octaves. So we're going to hit the 4 on the high E, and we're just going to repeat that 4 times, back and forth. Okay, and then we go to the next position here, which is 2nd fret on the high E to 1st fret to 2nd fret on the B, and repeat that about 2.5 times. And then we just repeat the whole thing. Okay, and the next time that synth pattern comes around, it switches up a little bit at the end. So we'll just show you that real quick. It starts the same way with the 1 and the 4, just back and forth. 4 times still. And then we go ahead and do the 2, 1, 2 again. We're going to do that twice. But at this point, we're going to jump up to 6 on the E and do 4 on the E. So let's end it that way. Okay, and here's kind of a chorus synth line that comes in, and I think they have the violin doing it as well, and we can mimic that too on guitar. And basically it's just going to be some kind of legato notes on the 2nd fret of the B here. And then we go 4 to 1 on the E, then 2 to 1, and then 1 on the B to 2 on the B. Alright, that's Friends of P by The Rentals. Cool 90s band, started by the ex-bass player from Weezer. Always loved this song. Glad I had a chance to do it. Hope you liked it. Please subscribe. I'd appreciate that. And I'll catch you next time. Thanks.